or you can visit him online at cartergetsloans.com. Can we get a big round of applause for the mayor of Cape Coral, everybody, John Gunter? What number you got there? See it on there. Number 4. Thank you for coming on. I love putting you on the spot like this, but you handle it so well.
Yeah, you keep this up, I might not come anymore. I'm just kidding.
We'd love to have you come on the end of every show. So I guess I wanted to jump right in to get your perspective on the yacht club discussion. It seemed like even you were everybody was kind of taken aback about the price tag, going to be close to $300 million when the pier gets done. And everybody was aware that that's way too much money for the taxpayers to burden. Where do you stand on this?
Yeah, exactly. I think when you look at the project overall, and I've been a part of the discussions over the last 2 years, and as the time goes by, that price tag kept rising and rising. And it's a great project, but unfortunately, I think you have to make sure that that's not the only project in Cape Coral. So you got to look at the debt that we're going to incur on that particular project. And we have to make sure that, we look at everything that's available to us. And I think that's why I supported going out for a P3. I have no idea where that's going to go. But I think it would be a disservice to the community if we didn't at least look at that or explore that option.
So what happens if you don't just throw it out there? If you don't get any back, if there's no interest in that, what do you do?
Well, then you got to look at what it's going to cost, and you're going to have to make a determination if that's what you want to do, or do you want to try to downsize it in some way? I know 2 years ago, the numbers that you hear today wasn't the numbers. And I think that's why council kind of continued to push that project forward. There's a lot of things that we have to do in the city. So we want to make sure we're not strapped on one project. And you got to find that common balance.
Do you need something that big? Do you need a pool that big? Do you need all those amenities in that spot? Has it grown too big?
I don't think it's you need it. I think some of it's a want, and that's what you have to do. You're going to have to look at the number, what the debt is, what you may not be able to do in the future. I mean, I know we need a facilities building that's coming up. I mean, there's a couple large projects. We need a wastewater plant up in the north still to finish out the UEP. So we have to look ahead when we're making this decision today. And if we're going to compromise what we can do in the future, I think then we're going to have to take a hard look at it.
In a perfect world, when does the Boathouse reopen?
I think if the next 6 months, if they can get the design completed and get their permits, and they can get the construction done in 18 months. So a 2-year project.
2 years.
I think that's realistic.
What about the pier? In a perfect world, when's the pier back open?
That really depends on the Army Corps. We applied for the permits for the yacht club in 2021. We didn't get them until April of 25. So that's crazy. It's just like the project you heard up in the Northwest with wanting to put another cut over to Charlotte Harbor there. That's a big hurdle, mainly because you got to deal with FDEP, and you're going to have to deal with Army Corps, and they don't have a timeline like we do. It just, whenever it gets done, it gets done.
What is your view on the Pride Parade?
Pride Parade? I think it's important. I look at it this way. If I can't take my grandson down into a public area, like outside here on 47th, no matter what the event is, if I can't take my grandson down there, then probably we shouldn't be doing what we're doing. Just to have kind of an open market, and you can do whatever you want. You can dress however you want. It's a public venue. If our kids can't go down there, then we probably shouldn't be doing it.
Is it gotten that? I haven't been to. I've never been to any one of them. No offense to anybody, but I don't go to them.
I think some are worse than others. And
how's yours been?
I think it's crossed the line.
Okay.
So we're no different than any other city. I think some are worse than others. But to me, it's simple. If I can't take my grandson to it, if they want to have it inside this building and do their thing, I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
But if you're out in the public, that's a different.
They distribute that money. You have to apply for it. It's not evenly distributed. If you put in $1, you don't get out $1. And they don't. I don't feel like they even show where the money goes. We know where it goes when it goes to Fort Myers Beach or Sanibel. And you guys don't even have a regular voting member, which is crazy. So how do you fix that? Who do you talk to? I know Kevin Ruane is the chair right now. How do you get them to fix that?
Well, back in 2013, unfortunately, our Lee County delegation, our elected officials at the state level, introduced a bill that changed how the structure of the TDC is. And we need to change that because 90% of the state, if you're the largest municipality in the county, you have a seat on the board, you are a voting member. Back in 2013, that changed, and we need to repeal.
Why did it change? How does it make any sense? Who changed it?
Well, I think, quite honestly, I think City of Cape Coral wasn't that involved, and we let it slip through the cracks. So I think we were partly to blame for that.
Gotcha.
But I think that that's something that I know I've already talked to our state representative, Mike Gilobardo. We need to try to change that and repeal that 2013 legislation.
So what is your position on the citizen committees? I mean, do you really think they need to bring that back? People are asking questions about bringing them back. What is your position on citizen committees?
I think what you got to look at when you talk about any committees, and we have several, and we've done away with some of them. I think it's important, and I was a council member for District 1 and a representative on the Budget Review Committee. What I saw on the Budget Review Committee, you had 7 individuals that were on that board that had 7 agendas. Each one of them had their own agenda. If we could have individuals on no matter that board or any other board that is looking for the best interest of the community as a whole, and they don't have a special interest on one particular item, because I've seen it each and every time. You know, we had some people on that board that they had a concern in X, and that's really what they focused on. So I think it's important, if we're going to have these boards, they're looking at the best interest of the city as a whole and not what their best interest is.
Why are there 18-wheelers parked behind Trader Joe's, or is that the name of the place? Somebody sent me pictures of like 18-wheelers parked on a residential street. How does that happen?
Well, we just changed that a few weeks ago. We just changed that ordinance where that's not allowed. Now, what we are in the process of doing now is we're implementing a new parking enforcement division where that's already been put in our FY26 budget. We're in the process of hiring those individuals. So I think once we get them on board in the next few months, you're going to see a drastic change of enforcement when it comes to those types of problems.
All right. And single member district, I know the Charter Review Commission is bringing it up. What's your view on that?
Single member districts, I'll be quite honest with you, for me, I think if a city is completely built out already, I think that's the way to go. And I have to agree to the 2 candidates who are up here tonight. We're only 55% built out. What I don't want to see, and it does happen historically, if you go back and look at communities that have single member districts, those representatives are only concerned with their particular district. Mm-hmm. And I get that. But when you're only 55% built out and you're voting on issues for the whole entire city, I think you have to represent everyone holistically because we are voting on development agreements. We're no matter if it's in the Northwest, the Northeast, the Southeast, Southwest, it doesn't matter. So for me, I don't support single member districts because we are still a developing city. Once we're completely built out, my view would change.
Yeah. What is there 1 or 2 issues that are coming up before the council that you want residents and voters and people that are watching to know about, to make sure they get involved, to stay involved and know this is coming?
Yeah, I think, there's a lot of important issues that are coming up. I know UEP is an important topic for many people, especially that live up in the northern part of the city. be engaged. You know, we're constantly asking our state and our federal lobbyists to advocate for grant money. I think it's important for us to try to get that message out to the community so they can reach out to those representatives as well. You look at the Bimini East project that's coming out. It's out for bid now. Get engaged with us on that, exactly what you want to see down there. The old golf course is going to be another hot topic coming up. So get some community engagement there. That's 175 acres and again, that's just another project that you got to look at that's needed to be funded some way. So if we put all of our eggs in one basket at the yacht club, that could be a project that could be hindered in the future when it comes to funding.
Who was your least favorite council person to work with?
You ask me that question all the time.
I didn't think I asked
you ask that question all the time. And
I'm kidding. You don't need to.
I'm a firm believer that, and I've said this many times to many different council members. You know, when I sit on council with another council member, this is how I look at them. They got the votes to be a representative, to have a voice on council, and to have a vote on council. No matter if I voted for that individual or not, I understand that the voters had spoken, they put them there. So for me, it's as simple as that. You know, I'll work with whoever's there, no matter who it is. And I think, you know, look at the council members that were just voted in last November. I think we're at a much better spot working together, even though we have differences of opinion, and I'm okay that we're in a much better spot today than we were November 5th or when they were sworn in. And you got to be able to work with people. You got to be able to compromise, and that's what's important on council.
All right, thanks, Mayor, very much. Big hand for your mayor, everybody. John Gunter, who is running for re-election next year. My bad for all the wires there. And speaking of that, that was bad.
Thank you.
I'm hitting the wrong buttons there.
So next week, our guest will be, see, I'm learning all the new buttons
here. Just want to let everybody know. I know you're getting ready for music, but I want to let everybody know next week we do have the mayors for candidate, the candidates for mayor. Rich Leon. Is Rich here? Rich, raise your hand. Rich is here. Kara Rogers is also going to be on the show. And then Conservative Ant will be our guest at the end of the show next week. It's amazing how many people know who that is. He is so funny. And after that, we will have on the, October 31st, Tom Hayden and Don. Don is here. Don Epking is here right there. And then after that, on November 7th, Monica Shintani, Tom Senator, and Sean Hartman. I know Tom was here earlier. So thank you all for coming. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.